everybody, we're live. Thank you for joining me, whoever does join me. I'm gonna wait just a couple seconds, just a few seconds to have other people join. I'm doing something we haven't done in a while. I've been really busy with the bridal season. Kathy from Kasia's Bridal, by the way, thank you for joining me today. I am wanting to talk about something that's very important. It's going on right now as we speak. Lots of brides and bridesmaids are shopping for their dresses, but more so they are in the stage of alterations right now. And as the season progresses, we get questions. People come in with alterations from outside, distraught, thinking that they've been duped by another store. I want to not only explain the alteration process so that our viewers and users of any gown whatsoever, any wedding gown, bridesmaid's dress gown, any evening gown that maybe you have purchased in the past or plan on purchasing, why you may need alterations, why special orders need alterations, why alterations are needed in general, and the process, kind of what we go through, and to understand what goes into an alteration. Now, I am doing this live right now, so forgive me. I'm hoping that some people will join us. Hi, whoever just did, and I'd like to be able to answer questions during this video, but I also want to go ahead and put this into a YouTube video, so it's something that our future clients, our current clients at other bridal stores across the country could go ahead and use. So I'm excited to be able to do this, and I'm hoping that I can answer some questions maybe that you did not realize. So I have one of our new gowns behind me, by the way. This is a new Morley that came in. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, maybe that will work. Some of the detail I wanted to show you is one of our new gowns that just came in. What I wanted to talk about today was alterations, as I said. A lot of clients come in with dresses from outside saying, I ordered this dress, a special order, the store took my measurements and I still need alterations. Yes, all dresses need alterations. And when a store takes your measurements, they don't take your measurements because it's a custom dress. I think that's one thing. There's a misconception someplace along the line that if you are measured bust, waist, and hips, somehow that becomes a custom dress. It is not a custom dress, unfortunately, unless it's specified in your documents that it is a custom gown. Is that possible? Absolutely. But that dress is not going to cost you the standard price that it normally costs. And bridesmaids normally, with the manufacturers that we work with at bridal salons across the country, don't really offer a customized gown necessarily, where they'll make the dress for you to your measurements. Now, keep in mind also that these dresses can take anywhere from 6 weeks to 8 months to arrive. So women, we all, even men, I mean, I can't say men don't, but women mostly, we fluctuate, you know, in our water retention, the way we lose weight, where we lose weight, how we lose the weight. This all makes a difference. And just because you maybe don't see a difference on the scale doesn't mean that your body hasn't somehow changed. Sometimes, you know, your weight gain comes from lifting weights, for example, because muscle weight is more than fat, from what I know, right? So whatever the case is, what I want to actually bring to light, or shed some light on, is the actual process that we go through. So let's go from bridesmaids ordering dresses. You're invited to a bridal party, you need to order a dress. Store takes your bust, your waist, natural waist, right above the belly button. So if your belly button's right here, probably do about 2 fingers above that, and they measure your waistline, and then your hips, your full hips. Now, these dresses are made standard for someone that's about 5'9" in height. So if you're not 5'9", this dress is going to be too long on you no matter what. You're going to need alterations. You're going to need to hem them. Alterations are based on how many layers a dress has. Most bridesmaids dresses will have 2 to 3 layers, depending on what kind of fabric it is. If it's satin, they'll have the satin overlay and then the lining underneath. If it's chiffon, usually you'll have 2 layers of chiffon and then the layer of lining, or 2 linings in a chiffon. And the better quality gowns, I have seen dresses with only 1 layer and they're transparent. That's what you get when you buy dresses online. But that's a whole other story, another video that you can find on my YouTube channel. So what I want to talk about is that in particular, when they take your bust, waist, and hip measurements, whatever your largest measurement is going to be, that's the size the store will recommend, whether you bought the dress there in person or you're doing over the phone. There are many times clients order dresses that they are not in the state. They have to order the dress over the phone. So they'll supply the measurements that were taken in the store when they purchased it, and they will give it to the store where they're ordering it. So say that your bust is a 34, waist is a 26, and your hips are a 48. That 48 hip will throw you into a plus size dress. while your bust and waist remain in the smaller sizes. So in order for your hips to fit that dress, they will recommend the larger size. Now, if any store runs their store like I do, I always tell my clients you're welcome to order whatever dress you'd like, whatever dress size you'd like. However, I can't return or exchange them because unfortunately they are cut to order. They're not hanging in some giant warehouse waiting to be just picked, because there's a plethora of colors you could normally pick from, and then anywhere from a size 0 sometimes to a size 36. So just imagine the exponential numbers a factory would have to have of just one dress alone if they offered everything in the warehouse. Everything is cut to order. So when the store places the order, they give the sizes. They don't give the measurements. They give, I need a size 4, size 6, size 12, size 24 dress for this bridal party under this PO number. That order then comes in under that PO according to those sizes that the client and the store chose. So based on that, you are then going to put on your dress and you're going to see where you need tweaking. Wherever your largest size was, that size is usually the size of the dress that you purchased, unless you went ahead and at your own liberty picked your own size, and the store, of course, had you sign off on it. Now, if the dress is too big, not a problem. You can normally take it in unless it's got some kind of heavy detailing. The dress is like 8 sizes too big. So here's what I tell our clients always. No, I'm going to go another way. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to debunk a myth right now. Anyone that thinks that a store takes your measurements incorrectly purposely in order to make money on alterations, don't believe it. That's an utter lie. I would like to not just debunk that lie, that myth, but I like to douse it with gasoline and set it on fire. There is no way that I personally would want to take a dress or my seamstresses and cut it in half for a client. We would rather just make a whole new dress. The amount of time that an alteration takes in order to fix a dress like that is ridiculous, and it will cost you more than the dress itself. It's the truth, because what are you paying for in your alterations? The expertise of that person first and foremost to know how to even get into that dress to cut it down for you. The time it takes, the amount of time it takes just to take apart a dress, I'm not even getting into lace hemlines. I'm talking about dresses that are plain chiffon, no detailing on them, just plain chiffon or satin. To open up each seam so that the dress doesn't get torn, making sure it's taken in correctly, pinning you correctly, multiple fittings, this all takes time. A dress can take anywhere from 5 to 15 hours, a bridesmaid's dress, to fix. And that's, of course, counting multiple fittings. So, I mean, think about how much you all make per hour, those that work, and multiply that by however many hours, it would take to tailor that dress. Imagine how much that dress would cost to tailor. Now, we're not talking about minimum wage. These are people that have multiple years of experience in the industry. Grace herself has well over 50 years of experience in the industry. I just did the math the other day. You know, I'm not going to, without disclosing how old she is retired, by the way. She's been sewing dresses and clothing since she was 8. So let's just say 50 years, okay? Of expertise, of cutting into different dresses, different kinds of fabrics, creating, manufacturing, working with clients one-on-one. This is expertise. You pay for that. But she is actually considered very nominal within the industry. But this is not about pushing Grace and her ability to construct and reconstruct and fix dresses for our clients. But I do trust her with our apparel because I know that she knows what she's doing. On the same note, though, aside of expertise, there's time, there's actual things that go into, I'm losing words here, but thread, needles, scissors, knowing how to use a cutter, knowing how to get into a dress. This all takes time, expertise, and items, things that you need to actually fix the notions. There you go, that's the word I was looking for. I'm going to have to edit this later for YouTube. I thought I wouldn't have to. But in the meantime, so that's one thing right there. Now keep in mind, a dress will have multiple layers. Each layer counts for, like, just pretend it's a dress. It's one separate dress. Anything that's made for someone that's 5'9" is going to have to get cut down for you. Now I put this dress on the mannequin for a reason. This mannequin fits a size 8. This dress is a size 8, but the dress still needs alterations, you see? Every dress needs some kind of tailoring. We pin these dresses up to look nice on the actual mannequins. I purposely didn't pin her up so you can see that this would have to be adjusted here. You'd have to take it in here or here, depending where the client needs it most. Sometimes you need it in the sides. This actually is illusion. Here's the thing about illusion fabrics. There's tons of dresses out there right now that are made of this illusion fabric, and everyone is loving it. But In order for a dress to fit beautifully, you need the correct undergarments in order for the dress to fit and lay the way that it should, so it's not buckling anywhere. Now, these dresses, in my opinion, are made for someone up to a size B to wear a B cup, to wear braless. If you've worn and I'm gonna be matter of fact and very frank here, if you have worn a bra since 3rd grade and where you start out as possibly a B or C cup already, why would you on your wedding day or on your prom day go braless? The most photographed day of your life, and you're gonna go on an undergarment. It baffles me that people wanna do that. And when a store says that you don't need to wear a bra with the dress just because it's got a cup installed, let me tell you something, that store is just trying to sell you the dress. I will tell you right now that you need undergarments, just like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, because it was built without a foundation, that thing is leaning. And the same thing happens with the dress. When you don't put the proper foundations on, everything will buckle, won't sit straight, won't sit right. Our bust weighs down. The bigger the bust line, the heavier the breast itself, the more it weighs down on the dresses. These dresses are not made with structure in the sense of to hold you up. It is meant to give the dress itself structure. The minute you put weight in there, whatever you put weight into anything, it drops. Same thing will happen here. You put a heavier breast in there, it will drop down, it will buckle here. And your boobs won't be here, they'll be here. Do you want your breast here? No, you want it lifted up. You want a good bra to wear. So, I always recommend long lines. This dress right here, long line bras. Hey, Mom, could you bring me a long line bra to show everybody? I want to show what I'm talking about. One of those bras that you sell, both the small and the big one. We have 2 types of long line bras. One is for a petite frame, someone that is not as long waisted or maybe isn't built like I am, where if it cuts me too high here, this right here, my higher hip pops out. I like a long line that comes down over my hip in order to give the dress itself a nice fit, and it lays nice and flat. So in this sense, the way this dress lays here, this mannequin is built so that it looks like she's got a bra on. This one does not have a bra on, obviously it's a mannequin, but in order for it to lay like this, you need some kind of undergarment to reinforce your bust line so it's lifted properly into the cups correctly, and then you could build the dress around it in order for it to fit. Mom, I don't care what size it is. Okay, I just want to show everybody what I'm talking about. Now, these aren't the sexiest things, but I'll tell you something. After 18 years, me personally, of doing trial and error, and Grace, thank you, Mom, doing different kinds of tests with different bras, we've come to find that these are the most useful, and they fit the best, and they seem to do the trick. This is a long line bra that goes up to a 40D, this one in particular. Now this bra has reinforcements like you wouldn't believe. You see all these bones here? Look how many bones it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bones. The one in the middle is the 9th one. That will keep your dress in place. It'll keep your bust line in place. You won't be doing a prom night reenactment, pulling up the dress all night, because your bra will have you I can't even speak English today. This is so important to me to tell you all. I'm losing my words. When you get put into this bra, everything stays in place. You're not jiggling around, you're not moving around. Your bust line is in the proper place where it's supposed to be. And you're not needing to pull up the dress, because what happens is they build the dress around you in this bra. So this bra is your foundation, and the dress is your home, your house for that day. And they build the house or your dress around the perfect foundation. So this is one of them. Now, this is how I see it. These may be pricey. They run anywhere from $75 to $150, depending on where you buy them, what size they are. And I see it this way: it's an investment, not just in your dress. So I'm going to just wear it one time. You can wear this again. I can't tell you how many of my brides over the past 18 years, just me alone, my mom's had these for over 20. They come to her and they say, you know what, Grace, Kathy, do you have another one of those bras? Can I buy them from you? Because they've worn theirs out. These are amazing investments, and I always recommend them. So this is the smaller size. This is the larger size. This one goes up to an F size. also has boning in it. Now the bones are built differently. This is a heavier bone. It's got less of them because you don't need as many because of how it's wired, but it is a great bra. And it comes down lower over your hips, so you don't cupcake out, no muffin top as they call it, because it'll all be held in. So it would be worn like this. This is too big for her, obviously, but see how it comes down over her hip? That's the beautiful thing about these bras. I have utter faith in these bras because I've come to find that a dress that was maybe having $150 worth of alterations, suddenly you only have $50 of alterations. Will that happen for everybody? Quite possibly. My point is that these bras are very important. Your undergarments are very important for your dress to fit right. These can be worn under certain dresses, but when you have a dress like this, I hate to say it, I'm not sure what to say about some of these gowns that they're made up to a size 32. But really, they're not meant for someone that's over a size 18, possibly, or 20, depending on how your bust line is. If you have a large bust line, heavy breasts, how are you going to reinforce the girls in this dress? Now, I've heard of people taping themselves into their gowns. If it's not done correctly, that won't work either, because then you have sagging here. Your bust still is weighing down, even if you're taped up. With an undergarment, you have something holding you in different places. So it's really important to have these undergarments. When a store tells you you don't need an undergarment and you wear an undergarment every day of your life, you need to question if they're just trying to sell you the dress or if they really know what they're doing. And I would get a second opinion from a seamstress, possibly. Does anyone have any questions about alterations? I see a couple bridal shops on here. Lauren, how about chiming in, asking me a question so I can answer it? Tell me something that you've been hearing from a lot of your clients, because one thing I always hear is that they measured me around, they just want to take my money for alterations, and I think that just burns me, because I know that if they say it about somebody else, they might have said it about me, and it's such a lie, because truly I do not want anyone to feel that I ever would measure them incorrectly purposely. You know, what I do when a client comes in, there's a discrepancy in the dress itself, I measure the client first. We change. I've changed in the last 2 months because of things that I know I'm doing in order to, you know, it's swimsuit season. I don't want to look the way I did in the winter. I mean, it's normal, and my brides are the same way. So I always tell my clients, you know, as we change, the dress will fit differently on us too. So based on that, I just wanted to kind of like debunk a couple of those things and make sure that people were getting the information they really wanted. I lost my train of thought when I brought those bras out, but I really wanted to make sure that I put that out there, that everyone understands that alterations are meant for the dress to fit correctly, not because someone's making extra money on them. There truly is nothing about alterations that is fun other than the satisfaction of a happy client at the end. So I hope that all your wedding planning is going well. On that note, I hope that if you had any questions regarding alterations, that I answer them. The debunked ideas or myths about alterations were burned down today. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'd love to be able to help you. If you need alterations, we do have times available still with our seamstresses here in the back. Call us if you need anything. I hope I answered any questions you may have. Have an amazing day. And don't forget, Kasia's Bridal has a tire for any occasion. Have a great day.